An early visit to the summit of Timberwolf Mountain, while it's still warmish. Ish. Kinda. That's what's on the agenda for the next leg of the series. Hey there, Legion, it's Hadrian. Thank you for being here. I got a sprain that I forgot about. I guess we can sleep that off. Let's play some more of the Long Dark in our Against All Odds series. So, what I want to do with the first few minutes of this episode is just, as I mentioned, take stock of... Yeah, I do have some water here. Do I need to take all of it? Probably not. Should I take some of it? Probably so. Take stock of my inventory, what I can leave behind, because I'm about to go on a trip to Timberwolf Mountain, as I mentioned. But also, I would like, before we leave for Timberwolf Mountain, to visit one spot, kind of double back to one area where we've already been, because, as you know, we missed the prepper caches. So, what I can glean from commentary is that I might have looked in the wrong spot for the prepper cache near the plane crash. I looked at a spot near the cave. I might not have looked in the exact right spot. That's the only kind of possibility that I can imagine right now. We are actually not that great on food either. As I mentioned in the last episode, we're going to have to potentially kill a wolf or kill a deer, kill something in order to get some food on the way to Timberwolf Mountain. But then there's cattails up there, so that'll help feed us once we get there, plus additional loot. Let's take a look, first of all, in terms of taking stock. Let's take a look at our hacksaw condition. Okay, 85% hacksaw condition and a pretty good chance of finding another one up there. So that's a good start. I should probably, before I go anywhere, read at least one of these skill books and get rid of them. I'm carrying a good number of sticks too, so that's where a lot of my burden is coming from. I very likely don't need to carry any of these. I'm going to put down 2 of these Go energy drinks. Tell you what, let's just go back over to the cabinet and do some good old-fashioned putting up of things. All right, there's that. Let's sort by weight. Actually, I'll keep the highest condition one. That's what I meant to do in the first place. All right. Clothes, of course, are okay. I am a little bit weighed down by the extra water I picked up, and I've got 2 coffees, 2 teas, and some additionals that I can make. There will likely be plenty more up on the mountain. I've got a couple of torches, which I suppose I can put up with. I don't know that I need all the sewing kits that I currently have, especially because I will be coming back here before I go anywhere else. So I can put a couple of these things up to where I'm not carrying all the things. And then all that cloth, that depends. How much do I need it? Don't really have an argument for needing all that cloth. I'm going to put 9 of that up just to save a little bit of weight. I'm going to put the dusting sulfur and the stump remover up as well, because that stuff turns out is pretty heavy now that I'm looking at it. And also this scrap metal is going away. So that helps. And again, we need to get rid of at least 1 book. I've got this cedar firewood on me, which I'll go ahead and put up, much to my chagrin. I'll put the newsprint up too. Okay. We're still slightly encumbered, but by the time I leave, drink some water, eat some food, I think things will be a little bit closer to what I'm willing to tolerate. So, should I just go ahead and eat the MRE? I know that sounds crazy, but I'm going to a place where I'm very likely to find all of them, and that's a lot of weight. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. Somebody stop me. I'm doing it. I like to save these for emergencies, but the game has been really, really good to us so far. So that's me repaying the game by doing something I wouldn't normally do. On top of the fact that we're about to go to Timberwolf Mountain, which is another thing that's happening a little bit earlier than is typical. But we're feeling good, and it's one of those risks that I mentioned in the first episode. Especially when I'm playing for YouTube. It's fun sometimes just to throw caution to the wind and see what happens if you do something unexpected. So Timberwolf Mountain is not normally an early visit for me. Okay, so we're going to need good fire starting skills, so why don't I go ahead and read this for 5 hours straight. We're probably not going to get 5 hours out of it, because the dark will cut us off. Are you serious? I can't read when I have a damn sprain? Okay, hang on. Alright, well screw it. I'll read the morning. After all that's gone away. That's ridiculous. What can I do? I bet I can pass time. Or not pass time, but I bet I can find something to pass time is what I meant to say. I don't have any other rifle cleaning kits. That could be a problem for the revolver. I have to be careful with that. But I guess I'll just sharpen the hatchet a little bit. I know. Getting sleepy. Getting ready for a big trip, though, so, you know. Best save your energy. Almost there. Oh, I missed my high sharpening skill from the end of Against All Odds Season 5. No. Yes, 5. Uh-oh. I've done so many that I'm like, wait, which season am I on? Crap. That's the first time that's happened. Okay. Starting to get dark. Yes. Bring a blizzard now to where it's clear in the morning when I'm leaving. Because we have a decent trip ahead of us. We're going to go back up to Skeeter's Ridge. And I kind of know the path that I want to take. I don't know that I'm going to go straight through the zone, but... Alright, so there's all that. Again, we can't clean the rifle. I've got my... yeah, I've got my cooking pot on me, thank you very much. We're in pretty good shape right now. All considered. Let's drink. And how tired are we? Pretty damn tired. So, hopefully... Hopefully this will be enough. We should get all of... Okay, pain's gone. The sprain should be gone. There it is. I might still read before I leave. See, now I'm thinking I might just... Yeah. I want to read, but that sprain messed me up. I didn't want to use my medical supplies, my limited medical supplies. Speaking of limited medical supplies, one thing I will definitely do before I go anywhere, since I had that extra cloth, may as well use it for something a little bit more practical. Also, I just learned something. I didn't know that you could do this. I just kind of went to the harvest and repair screen by accident, but you harvest cloth, it automatically creates bandages. I've always gone into the crafting menu since this was added and done it this way. But you can also craft multiples this way, so remember that as well. Let's craft a few more, just because you never know how many sprains might be an issue. It's also nice to be able to do this at night, might I add. Alright, there seems to be some light in here at least, which is nice. Interesting that it stays lit. Oh, that's creepy. Look at that. It's the deer. Alright, I will get that cloth back. Because, come to think of it, it might come in handy. That's the fireplace. Where's the bed? There it is. Really? Pretty sure I can get away with 1 hour. Alright, fine. We'll pass time. Well, that's not good. Well, it sounded like a blizzard, and then it didn't sound like a blizzard, so make up your mind, Pleasant Valley. What are you doing? All right, so we're sitting at 82.76. We're a little bit encumbered. I could drop sticks. Let's just drop 11 sticks right there, and that takes care of some of it. And I could definitely drop charcoal. I'm going to put all that charcoal up. I'm not going to mark what I'm leaving here because I'm definitely coming back. So when I finally leave Pleasant Valley, after we have gone through Timberwolf Mountain, what I will likely do... That's better. What I will likely do is mark what's still left behind at that point. If I leave anything behind, I might try and take everything with me. But let's see how nice the weather is. It sounds windy. I'm a little bit nervous about that. Oh, yeah. Okay. It's windy, but here's the thing. It's clear. So I'm going to do that thing where I do something I shouldn't. I'm going to start making my way toward Skeeter's Ridge. The benefit of going towards Skeeter's Ridge is that we're also making our way somewhat towards the Prepper's Abandoned cache and the transition to Timberwolf Mountain. There's a body over there. There's a dead guy that I haven't investigated yet. All right, crow feather. Interesting. I'm glad I took a peek over here. That's just a bench sticking out of the snow. You did survive another night. Well done. I'm so proud. I had nothing to do with it. It was all you, Jennifer. It was all you. Okay, so we don't have all of the temperature protection in the world. I'm tempted to take... there are two different paths kind of pulling at me at the moment. Part of me wants to follow... Yeah, we're going to do that. I just talked myself into it. I was thinking about either following the river, which is a little bit longer, but it's potentially safer and more of a straight path, or going straight through the zone towards Skeeter's Ridge, not being in the cold as long. But I'm at full health right now, and if the weather remains nice to me, we should be okay. Now, the thing that made me go, I'm going to do this, is I can look for cattails as I walk. And that will give me additional food, which I do kind of need. I've got 2 cattails on me right now. That's 300 calories, but I need more. And again, we are on low vegetation settings for this playthrough, so there are not as many cattails. There are fewer cattails and Old Man's Beard and reishi mushrooms, etc. in the environment than in any other setting, including Interloper. So this is one of the ways in which this particular game mode is tougher than Loper. It'll be much similar to Interloper, I think, once we can get Hinterland. I'm getting really fired up about this, I really am. Once we can get them to separate that baseline resource setting. I really want to see this setting happen. We already have a setting that allows us to say, I want the rifle and the revolver, but I want everything else like Interloper. So why not have that same ability with the knife and the hatchet? And the ability to say, I want to have my tools, but I want the clothing and the just environmental spawns of everything else. Whoa, that's a bunny. My hand literally left my mouse. Otherwise, that would have been a much bigger Hadrian shake. That's hilarious. God, that scared me. Frickin' rabbit. Swear to God. All right. So I know I sound like a broken record because I've talked about that for several episodes, but it's my thing right now. I love custom gameplay. I think it's more fun than Interloper. I'm slowly converting Athenon to that as well, which is fun. Well, I don't want to speak for him. I don't know that he would say that it's more fun than Interloper. So just to be clear, I don't want to say that he said that because I don't think he said that. But he is slowly converting to where he's using custom codes more and more, and he's kind of seeing the light. And especially if that change happened, if we were able to say, I want low baseline resources. I don't want this abundance of clothing within 10 episodes of starting a new series. I want to fight harder for it. It's more entertaining for me. It's more entertaining for viewers. But I want my tools to where I don't have to go places immediately. I don't have to go straight to the forge or wherever. I think that would be a big deal. And I think I would definitely play on that mode. Both offline and on. I think it would be the essence of the Long Dark on hardest difficulty for a lot of people. Don't get me wrong, I know that I disagree with a good number of folks that just play on Interloper and get good at it, and literally they just say get good, and they don't want to hear my side of things, and that's fine. But I've always enjoyed the kind of narrative potential of the Long Dark and the exploration gameplay of the Long Dark. I don't want to sprain here. There we go. And I find that those things are somewhat de-emphasized in Interloper. And all you got to do is give us our tools. And I'd be all about it. See, I'm tempted to say, okay, I'll get off my soapbox now, but, like, I know there's a good many of you who don't want me to get off my soapbox. There's been a good amount of support for this, like, every time I talk about it. People are like, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Which is good. You know, it's just one of those ideas that has a lot of community synergy. You don't necessarily have to convince people. You might have to convince Hinterland, but you don't have to convince the players, typically, especially those who play on custom difficulty a lot. It's just a sensible idea. I don't even claim to be the one that came up with it first. Ooh, I don't think we've investigated this yet. There could be a wolf nearby. No, just a couple pieces of firewood. Not going to worry about picking that up. I just clicked my left mouse button. I'm so glad the rifle doesn't fire from the hip like the revolver does.
Trees? 'Cause I'm gonna eat a tree.
Which, it would be ridiculous if it did, but I'm glad it doesn't. Alright, no cattails there, but cattails here. Yep. Alright, so we're on the other side of the birch forest, and I hear... I can just barely hear bear crows. If you're wearing headphones, you might have heard that too. So we're starting to get to a point where I've really got to get inside. Let's eat a few of these to where I don't lose my well-fed buff. That would be horrible timing. You hear that? Those are bear crows. We got to get inside. Oh yeah, those are close. I don't know where the bastard is, but he's close. He's getting closer too. Okay. Like I said, took a little bit of the long way here. You know what I might do? If we come up here, we should see Draft Dodger's cabin over this ridge. There is another small reason for coming back to Skeeter's Ridge as well, and you might remember it, you might not. I see it, there's Draft Dodgers. So we might be able to stay there for a bit and regain some condition. At least let our hypothermia risk wear off. Yeah, you might remember it, you might not, but there is definitely another reason for going back. Alright, we're still below 50%, so I will take that. It is a very small reason. It is a reason that fits within the palm of my hand. Shouldn't exhaust quite so much of my sprint meter when I'm not sure what wildlife might be near. Although I have to say I've never seen a bear or a wolf patrol very close to this place. I really haven't. So, alright, let's step inside. Oh, thank God. Alright, so, yeah, we left some stuff here before. Decent wool shirt. And I'm just going to plow through a few more of these to top off my calorimeter. I do have the tomato soup on me, which is nice. I need to keep moving, though, if I'm going to accomplish what I'm trying to accomplish here. I'll keep that one. And then we're going to drink some water. Going to need more before too much longer. And let's just sleep for an hour, and maybe we'll recover full warmth. Yes. Perfect. 7 days, 11 hours, 58 minutes. Very nice. All right, so we've got these things curing here. Fresh wolf pelt. Might come back for those on the way down. If I can remember. That's the key thing. What's up, woodpecker? I hear you. I remember when those sounds were introduced to the game, I was convinced that there was an audio file that was bugged or something. I see snowflakes. That's not good. I really don't want to get stuck. If I can make it up to where I am scouting, so we're backtracking a little bit here, I should be able relatively quickly to make it to the Prepper's Abandoned Cache from Skeeter's Ridge. It's not terribly far. But we're on borrowed time, because I would imagine wind is going to start within a minute or two of gameplay here. Right now it's very calm. There it is. Clockwork. Not kidding, by the way. If you didn't know this, always try to throw in little nuggets of long dark mechanic wisdom where I can. And of course, the comment section is really great for that too. When you're done watching an episode, you can always read down and see what other suggestions people have. Sometimes it's stuff I know, sometimes it's stuff that I just prefer not to do, sometimes it's stuff that I don't know. But anyway, one thing about weather in the long dark is that every zone does indeed... Oh wow, this is coming on quick, like faster than I thought it would. Every zone has its own kind of weather patterns. I mean, obviously every zone has like core temperatures. Pleasant Valley is a particularly cold zone, for instance. But every zone has like sequences of weather. Literal patterns that can form. And there's a little bit of variation, but it's independent to each zone. And it basically allows players to kind of learn Hang on. Okay, so no cache here. Let me step over this way. It allows players to kind of learn Okay, I'm not seeing the... Oh, there it is. Found it. Good. We found our prepper cache. And we're very near another thing that we need to pick up. Matter of fact, while we're so near it, there might be a wolf. Hang on. So yeah, it allows players to learn the weather pattern and kind of predict, based on that, what's going to happen. All right, where are you? I'm getting cold. Where are you? I know you're over here somewhere. It might have despawned. If it despawned, I'm going to be real sad. Oh wait, no it didn't. There it is. Perfect. Shell casing. I forgot. That was the small thing that I needed to pick up. Alright, so that answers my question. I did look in the wrong spot for the prepper cache. So we might be about to find some pretty good stuff. I can't remember. I think this is a food cache, which is like utterly perfect right now. But I thought this was on the other side of the rocks when I came up here. That's why I didn't see it. So if I didn't make that clear, I thought it was over there. But evidently it's up here closer to the houses. Oh, yeah. Definitely food. Oh, man. Definitely food. Look at this. We are good to go for our trip to the Valley of Pleasantness. Or not to the Valley of Pleasantness, to the Mountain of Timberwolves. Except there are no Timberwolves. Alright, so I see lots of food. But I want to look for things that aren't food related, because I know I've got food now. Alright, a snare is nice. I'm going to leave that be. Look at this, though. So, this is a small cache. I've never been in this one before, actually. As I mentioned, the Pleasant Valley prepper caches I have explored less and less. But, holy mother of babies. This is a lot. I mean, look at this. We got water down here. Got a can of gunpowder. So just straight up, we have gunpowder available to us when we get back. I think I'm probably going to leave a good amount of this stuff here. But I'm going to carry these energy bars. I'll take the MRE. I'm going to grab things that have just good food density. There's pinnacle peaches, pork and beans. There's a lot here that I can take with me. Okay, storm lantern, I can harvest that. Oh, I'm so excited now. Holy crap. I'm glad I came back and looked. Nothing in the grate. Just pinnacle peaches. Nothing bigger than that. But we got pork and beans, tomato soup, beef jerky. And that's coffee. Yep. So yeah, I'm going to leave a good amount of this stuff here. Anything underneath, though? I'm just triple checking because I don't want to miss anything in my excitement. We might end up taking some of the sodas with us too, but we do have to recover a bit of condition, and now we have the perfect opportunity to do so. And also, you know what we can do? Now we have every justification for doing this. I'm going to go ahead and eat this energy bar since it's such low condition. I might eat a couple of them to get rid of the low condition ones. So I'm going to read a little bit, and I'll do it before the end of this episode, or at least while we still have a game day, and then we'll transition to the next one. But we found the frickin' food cache. That's what I was hoping to find. And so now we have really fully looted Pleasant Valley, and we'll have some additional loot. All right, so we'll have some additional spots, rather, to put our stuff that we can check on the way back from Timberwolf Mountain. I don't know what I'm saying, but hopefully you guys are following my jagged train of thought right now. I'm so frazzled by the fact that we found this thing, so I don't have as many needs to find food anymore, which is nice. So let's go ahead and, yeah, I'm just going to read the fire starting book for 5 hours straight. Okay. And I probably don't need to keep that on me, although I might grab it on my way back down. And then, oh, we've already read Wilderness Kitchen as well. Good to know. What else have I already read? Anything? No, just Wilderness Kitchen. So we can put that down. I had forgotten about that. So I guess I'll read the Sewing Primer book, too. Let's take a look at our calories. Oh, we're totally fine. Hang on, let me just pick up the rest of this water. I will go ahead and harvest. We'll do that later, though, because we need daylight to read. This is glorious. I'm so happy right now. Holy crap. This really gives me the ability to just charge into Timberwolf Mountain with reckless abandon. Although I won't be that reckless, I promise. But it's going to be fun. Alright, so we might get... Nice. We got 4 hours in on that, so 1 more hour and we'll get level 2 mending. We'll have to do that when we wake up, though. The nice thing about this, though, is I'll be able to recover condition. One more thing I want to do. Let's harvest that lantern. It's going to take another full hour. Yeah, you do need to lay down. You're frickin' tired. Let's eat the last cattail. And I'm going to light my lantern really quickly just to... Well, there's a couple things I need to do. Before I light it, let me go ahead, since I harvested the one. We're going to refuel you. I've got a good amount of fuel on me. Come on now. There we go. Probably scrolled by it by accident. All right. So there's that. Let's see. I can drink. Probably just drink a couple of these sodas to top myself off here. Almost went to the tomato soup by accident. Almost, but didn't. That freak anyone else out when the lantern came back into view right there? Like something was about to eat me in the middle of the pepper cache. Okay, so let's go ahead and rest now. I have a cup of herbal tea that I'm going to drink just to make sure that I wake up with nice high condition. And I can definitely sleep for like 11 hours. How's my thirst? Yep. Let's do it. And this will also serve as a nice little capstone to the episode. When we wake up, we might have daylight, which would be really nice. Let's see. We also have a blizzard. Lovely. But we have survived for 8 days, 11 hours, and 1 minute. And now we are ready to charge forth toward Timberwolf Mountain as soon as this storm lets up. But hey, it gives us more time to read, and we've got plenty to eat, and we can kind of at the beginning of the next episode, I will probably once again take stock of what I have in front of me here, given that I just found it all, so that I am going to Timberwolf Mountain in kind of a good balance of having supplies, but also not being too weighed down. So we'll decide that at the beginning of the next one. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to follow along. You're interrupting me, Jennifer. New episodes are coming out every day at 1 p.m. U.S. Eastern Time. By the way, if you missed yesterday's episode, which there wasn't an episode yesterday, so everyone missed it, those of you who are watching these live, always remember to check out the community tab, because I will usually post if the schedule is going to be off for one reason or another and what series it's affecting and why. Sometimes not why. Sometimes it's a really simple explanation, but usually I'll talk about it there. So if you're ever curious why an episode doesn't go live, always remember to check there. But anyway, thanks for watching. Comments are always welcome. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you next time.